Hi, I'm Boaz. I'm studying public health at UWA. I also work in disability services, where I help people to gain independence and live their best lives. How do I see the world right now? Oh, that is a good question. Obviously, we have a lot of challenges in the world. I mean, we have populism and nationalism movements, we have climate change issues, we have terrorism, but I think what we also have is communities coming together on local levels, national levels and international levels, trying to solve those issues, and I think people are really making a meaningful difference. I think obviously there's a lot more to be done, but I do see hope that things are going to get better rather than worse. The world I would like to see is a world where nobody feels lonely, where everybody has at least a few people who they can genuinely call upon as friends or family members that they can rely on. I think social isolation and the mental health effects that it has is a huge problem in our society and causes a lot of issues that we could just deal with by being more friendly and inclusive to people, but also putting structures in place to make that easier to happen. I think in terms of compassion, obviously there are some people who, for whatever reason, can't afford a house, or they might lose their job, and I think we need to be understanding that those things are going to happen and help people who fall into tough circumstances rather than trying to blame them. I think education could be better if there was more emphasis on a collaborative approach. All of the things that we have to do in the world involve working with other people and collaborating with other people to solve problems. But education is very much focused on not collaborating and just doing things by yourself. And there is a little bit of collaborating, but I think that we don't really learn enough of the skills that we need to collaborate successfully with others. Because I think one problem with education, generally speaking, is that we take so much of like a one-size-fits-all approach. There's not enough flexibility in it. So, of course, in the end, people all are going to need to achieve the same learning outcomes of a particular course, but I think there should be more flexibility in terms of how exactly they achieve those learning outcomes. Like, instead of writing an essay, if they don't want to do that, they should be able to make like a short film or a comic or something that also expresses the same ideas if they want to. At the moment, in most courses, we don't have the flexibility to do that. Another thing about education is that it's very focused. You learn the content that you're learning, but you often don't get told or asked to think about how that content relates to the big picture, how it relates to the other things that you're learning. And there's also this understanding that once you graduate, that's it, you can kind of stop learning now. But we need to learn for all of our lives. We're always learning, and I think if we put that mindset or emphasize that mindset more in students in courses, then I think that would change the way they think about their education and probably, hopefully, make them more engaged. The first time I started taking this course was in 2011. I was doing a unit at UWA that was then called Humanity in the 21st Century. Some of my favourite things about the course were that it encouraged me to think deeper about things that I was thinking about and interested in already, and to gain a new perspective on those things and to see them in a new light. Another thing that I took away from the course was big picture thinking. So one of the reasons why I'm enrolled in public health today is because it's the closest thing really in the university context to the ideas that were being taught in this course, because it teaches you to think on a very big picture, whether that be community, national or society-wide level, about what are the issues in the world and how can we work together to solve them. I'm interested in continuing to be part of the Education for World Futures community because it would allow me to meet more like-minded people who are interested in those kinds of issues and who want to make the world a better place, and to collaborate with them, make friends with them, learn from them, and just get to know them.